I just want to take a minute to talk about the dirty little secret of the tutoring business. What happens is once you get in the habit of knowing that I'm coming on Tuesday, do you try as hard on your homework as you used to, or do you just kind of like save it for Tuesday knowing I'll be there? And that's where tutoring sort of starts to cancel itself out. You were doing this good, which wasn't great. You were still confused by a lot of stuff. You bring in a tutor who initially helps a lot, but then you lower your effort because you know you've got the tutor to help you, and that ends up bringing the whole thing down. So I've seen an awful lot of students where whatever grade they came in with is the grade they still pretty much have after I've been working with them for a little while. And it's a bummer, and it's unfortunate that happens, and I do everything I can to try and force students to do their homework, encourage them to work before I get there, etc. But unfortunately, it's just something that happens with tutoring. And that's actually a problem that is solved with internet tutoring. Now there's two kinds of internet tutoring. There's the live stuff where you've got someone on Skype, and that's expensive, right? But on a site like mine, where what we've got is a bunch of videos, all of me like covering every nuance and topic in your math class, that's pretty good because you still have to do all the work and you still have to learn how to do the problems. You get my explanations in the videos, so you can learn how to do the problems much quicker, and you can actually do your homework with them. But you can't just rely on me on Tuesday nights to do your homework for you, or to help you do your homework really fast. So internet tutoring, like pre-recorded videos, whether on YouTube or my site, thattutorguy.com, they're both a really good solution for helping you get the benefits of a tutor, which is the explanations and the sort of like less mathy approach. If your teacher can't explain anything, well, guess what? Tutors are much better at explaining stuff because we have a lot of practice explaining confusing stuff to confused students, right? And if I say something that doesn't make any sense to somebody, I can see it in their eyes right away, like, oh yeah, that is just not ringing in. I got to start over, I got to take a different approach. And that's why tutors are better at explaining stuff than teachers are, I think, because we have just a lot of experience one-on-one. And I had great teachers myself in high school, had a couple of lousy ones, but I've seen good teachers. They're out there, teachers that are just amazing in lecture and really do explain it to where students get it. But the real benefit of tutoring is if you don't have one of those great teachers, you have access to someone who can explain it and can explain it so that you understand. And if you're still confused, they'll explain it again in a different way. But because of this tutoring dependency problem, it's really better to get the benefit of those explanations without the crutch of having someone that helps you do your homework and makes you essentially get lazier. So if you have the money for a tutor and you want to get a tutor, go for it. But do be aware that tutoring dependency is a real problem, and it's something you want to avoid by hopefully seeing when it's happening and trying to figure out ways to avoid it. For example, if your tutor doesn't come the night before a test, if the tutor comes 2 days before a test, maybe you're more likely to get some benefit, but then also have a lot of studying to do on your own. So try not to procrastinate, try not to abuse your tutor too much, and use that tutorguy.com to learn stuff in the first place so that you don't have such a tough time by the time the test comes around. And of course, go to that tutorguy.com/study tips for lots of specific ways that I've found to help students, whether it's cookbooks using the blue paper or whether it's making a practice test in different orders. But I've got a lot of just sort of top study tips on that page that'll help any student do better in school and not rely on their tutor so much, because some of my students have dumped me because they got so good and they do all these tips that I give them. They're like, oh, what do I need a tutor for? I can actually learn on my own now. So it's sad when it happens a little bit, but it's also like kind of like a bird spreading its wings. So it's all good.